That there concludes some running songs that started with Run from Collective Soul and morphed into a song by the same name. We get a lot of that in the A to Z. Run by the Foo Fighters, two different songs with the same name. That took us into Run Like Hell from Pink Floyd, Run to the Hills from Iron Maiden, and Run to You from Bryan Adams, and Running with the Pack. Are there more? Oh, actually, there are a few kind of other different Run songs, run-arounds and things like that. Now, I want to dedicate that to Pat McCloskey, who sent me a nice email and asked that we do a block of running songs for the workforce blocks. Now, we're not obviously doing workforce blocks until the A to Z concludes, which might happen over this weekend or might run into Monday or maybe Tuesday. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's well over a week long, often 10 days. So Pat wrote in, this year has been hell on the special events community. And on Sunday, September 13th, we're finally going to be able to get back to doing what our group, Run Bucks, assuming Bucks County, does best. We are staging our first running event since the start of the pandemic back in March. What we're doing is giving a limited group of 220 participants the opportunity to run a marathon, 26.2 miles, and this is in an effort to qualify to enter the Boston Marathon. The Boston Marathon uses a unicorn for their logo, so we're calling this Chasing the Unicorn. We want to get people qualified for the Boston Marathon. It's been tough during the pandemic. I even had to crash at my office because my roommates weren't properly taking care of their own COVID mitigation. So we're trying to get back to some form of normal. And our theme this year is Star Trek related. And Monday, September 14th is Walter Koenig, Chekhov, Ensign Chekhov's birthday. There'll be no spectators, no award ceremonies. It's going to be, I believe, Sunday. Participants start individually, one at a time. I think there's only 220 people, right? And the next runner will be spaced 40 feet behind the previous runner so that the runners aren't running together. And one of the cool new things, they've even designed and built a handless water refilling unit. They're calling it Running Water. Participants certainly need their own hydration, but they can refill from these tanks from which the spouts are triggered by a foot pedal. And the course is going to be on the Delaware Canal State Park towpath from Washington Crossing to near where Odette's used to be in New Hope, and then back twice. So lots of stuff for these folks to go through. They wanted a running block. And we're not doing workforce blocks, but it worked out that we could send these running songs out to Pat and the group at Bucks or at Run Bucks. And is there any more info on that?
Yeah. So we had always checked to see if anybody else can be added, but they are full for this event. But they do have the 10th annual Bucks County Marathon and the Delaware Canal Half Marathon. They are at the beginning of November 7th and 8th. And you can sign up for that at buckscountymarathonweekend.com. And they normally donate money because we always check to see if it's the money's going anywhere and if anything like that. So they normally give it to schools that have track teams. There's no track teams this year.
Right.
They would normally give it to the parks that they go to. So unfortunately, with the way this works, the 220, they probably won't even break even. They'll probably end up losing a little bit of money during this, but it's still an important cause for the runners. It's their last chance to get into the Boston Marathon. So Run Bucks, and that's a great area. That Washington's Crossing towpath. It's great. You get to run right along the canal. So good luck to all the runners.
And what's the website for the one? This is closed, but the one that people can sign up for in November? Did you say?
Yes, November 7th and 8th. It's the Bucks County Marathonweekend.com. Bucks County Marathonweekend.com.
Cool. So thank you, Mr. Pancake. We wish Pat McCloskey and the rest of the crew at Run Bucks a good marathon on Sunday. It looks to be done very safely. The runners spaced away from each other. They've created their own handless refill stations for the water. So that's pretty cool. And they're really trying to do it very safely and very carefully. And We hope that everybody gets qualified in the limited group, which is full of the 220 participants trying to get into the Boston Marathon. Excellent. What's the website one more time? Just
Bucks County Marathonweekend.com.
There you go. All right. That's that portion of our running. Now, where else will we go? Well, we've run with the pack. We've run to you. We've run to the hills, and you know how it goes.